play offensively is the draw. But if you're trying to defend the pass, the draw is going to pop, especially late in the game. BYU's best play, draw, trap, and they run the shit out of it. Let me show it to you real quick. They always run it with their fullback, which is a little bit of a giveaway for them. But what they'll do is they'll run it with no tight end so that they can establish weak side, strong side. They don't care where you're set. If it's there, if the tight end's there, they're going to run it this way. But what they'll do is they'll put the tight end over here just in a dummy formation and still have the fullback here and run the draw trap. But it looks like this. Fresno stole it and did a hell of a job running it this year. What they'll do is a lot of times they won't even block this guy right here. They'll just set up here like this. Go back here, set here like this. They're going to influence the dime by coming outside. He's going to go with them most of the time. Going to block back. They're going to pull like this. Cut here like that. And that's a draw trap. You see, if any of you have watched BYU run that play, or if you're going to play BYU, you need to stop the draw trap. You've got to stop. If you don't stop that play consistently, you won't beat them. That's Penn State. All right. All right, hot front. Yeah, let's get to a run here. Okay. They put this play in because of the tailback they got out of Vegas a couple years ago. A big, strong tailback. So they're running a few eye plays now. Pretty tough, though, to have finesse offensive linemen who spend their whole life pass block and all of a sudden put a lot of weight on their knuckles and come off the ball and play an attack form of offense. In fact, this guy, he doesn't get down in a three-point very often. Okay, remember the Wanda stunt I was telling you about? Running it here, first level. The end now from the dead and the B gap, he's going to cross face and come in to A. What he wants to do is read the center. When you're stepping to a stunt, you want to read the man you're stepping to. So if the center's coming at you, once you get into A, then you're going to get back outside just as quick as you can. The nose, he's coming off his ass. He's just going to try to find the ass of the end as he comes into the gap and then get up the field. The double team that they were trying to put on the end, now the offensive lineman is just going to try to get up to the next level and take it back. One of them there threw us offside. Okay, this is hand sweep now that they're running. But they're doing it out of up position, so it's really like outside draw for them. Because look at the way the offensive linemen, they're all up. He's waiting for you to make a move. You're going to block down inside, but all he's doing is he's not firing off the ball. He's just turning and going to seal you. And they get the two big hogs outside in front. Now, he's supposed to be penetrating, and he's running an angle stunt here. These two guys, it's called a tiger. This guy's coming into this gap. It's an even front. This guy's going into this gap. Again, you're reading the man. You're stepping two. So as you get into A gap and the center blocks back, you'll flatten to his hip, but if you see the guard pulling now, you want to get up the field. In theory, you'll want to be able to get into the legs of that backside guard, but it doesn't happen very often. This is just regular trap. Okay. It's pretty tough to trap this front. I'm going to bear block here like this. This guy is going to come off the ass as tight as he can. When he flattens, his eyes ought to be looking inside, and he wants everything to bounce. Okay? Now remember the old influence trap. When you're playing a read defense and you're playing the old two technique on the guard and you're attacking straight up the field, he pass sets and leaves either outside, usually outside, or just stays. You see trap coming out of the corner of the eye, or you see the center block back. What you try to do is take the outside arm and throw it across the legs of the guard when he's trying to trap you. Same principle here. You're attacking up the field. The tackle who you're reading, or the guard who you're reading, blocks down. You're squeezing off his ass. Okay? You got to read next thing inside. We went to Washington this spring and talked to their guys about the even front and how to get in and out of hot, because the package that we're playing the same thing they do, except we played a lot more hot than they did. Their defensive line coach, he says, "Hey, why are you worried about all these blocking schemes?" when you play this package, you're not going to see too much, okay? You're going to see one or two different blocking schemes, and that's it. And as we talked about it and looked at their film, you don't see very many different blocking schemes. You're going to see zone, you're going to see counter, and occasionally you're going to see trap, and guys think they can run it on you, but against the hot front, it's pretty tough. Keys are, and were for him, man on, near back, ball, okay? We felt that you had to key man on, and if the guy was blocking away from you, and as you follow him, you got to see backside lineman to ball because of the counters and traps and so forth. So if you see this trap right here, you got to block down. You peel out. You run right through his ass. You see a guard coming to you. What you want to do is explode up through his inside shoulder as he's coming and make the thing bounce outside to the next level, because you don't want that thing running north and south. And that's what this guy's trying to do right here. Okay? He's penetrating in the gap. Okay? He's coming upfield as hard as he can, but when the guard's ass disappears inside, he's got to disappear inside with it. He's got to follow it inside. Now his eyes go to the backside lineman. Okay? If the backside lineman is going away, he just chases down the line of scrimmage because it's zone away from him. Okay? But if a guard's coming back to him, he wants to find him, hunt him up, and make sure the ball goes back outside. And that's what he's trying to do right here. Now, he gets a little high with it. Now, the backer should just step outside, unblock, and make a play, which is what happens. That was a pretty good play, guys. Look at that one. We had 12 sacks in the first two games and finished with like 30-something. Had something to do with losing 55. Tyrone Morrison, who was really a dominant defensive lineman, he hurt his groin in this game near the end, and then hurt his knee in practice in the year. Something about players. Okay, I want to show you draw trap right quick, and then we'll go to something else. That's in there. They score on a long draw trap touchdown here in a second. Show you how it shouldn't be played. Here it is right here. That Hall kid was Junior College Player of the Year out of Dixie. Running back, or however they do that. He's an awful good player. Okay. BYU's draw trap. Now, in order to get us and run it where they want to run it, they'll do it without a tight end. Not firing off the ball. He's just going to block down on him and try to wipe him inside. Okay? Not too tough a job, because when this guy's ass disappears inside, he's flattening to the ass, okay? What he wants to do, remember, on trap, and that's pretty good that BYU put in a real trap to complement the draw trap. This guy right now, remember, he's exploding underneath this guard. Okay? What he wants to do is dip and rip, though. Is when he gets to him, he wants to dip and rip upfield and try to get upfield as hard as he can. This guy is trying to control this backer by widening outside. actually shouldn't be a play. These two guys missed the tackle right at the line of scrimmage, but and so do those two. Okay. I want to show you some real double team here. This is why. That's terrible. Okay. Tell me how we're doing here. That's the defensive end. He's supposed to be penetrating that gap right there. Not supposed to be standing up and getting his ass knocked off the ball. Hawaii went 11-2 this year. Okay. Now, again, you can see this from the end zone in a second here. These two guys right here, they're going to double team this guy. All right? His job is to split the double team and get up the field. Now, what's happening here is Hawaii, I don't know if you guys are seeing it, what the option teams are doing, and they're doing a pretty nice job of it, is they're running it's almost a scoop, okay? It's kind of a hard scoop that the tackle will knock the shit, try to knock the shit out of that outside shoulder just long enough for the guard to get you cut, okay? It's different than a scoop because it's obviously option football, but they're trying to get that tackle up on the inside backer, okay? So he doesn't spend a lot of time with this end. So that end has got to come up big, and he's only getting reach blocked by the guard, and if you can reach block the end in this front, you can't play this front. That's the key to this front is this guy has to take two. They can't reach you with the guard. See what happens here is he ends up going down on the ground, but the tackle is free up to the backer, and the end doesn't make the play. That's bad. A little bit bigger splits than what we normally see. I'll tighten it down here a little bit. See the block of the tackle? See, all he's trying to do is get the guy stood up, get him slowed down so the guard can cut him. So as you're penetrating that gap, you've got to fight upfield and outside and try to stay on your feet. This is the scheme that Hawaii went to. Took us about a quarter to get our kids adjusted to it. They go with an unbalanced scheme here. They go tackle over. They go tackle, guard, tight end, who was really one of their slot backs, and then try to run the ball to the unbalanced side. And it works for about a quarter. more of a true double team here, but this is more what we want out of that defensive end. Look at him right here. He's attacking up the seam. He's going to turn his inside shoulder, drop his inside knee a little bit, not get knocked off the ball, and try to split the seam. See it from the end zone a little bit better. That's more what we're asking that guy to do. Except he doesn't turn that inside shoulder very good. See it from this. Little influence. This is not a very complicated scheme. This one gets called back because two guys go in motion. Touchdown pass. So.